Hi, my name is Joe Capitelli, and today I'm going to speak to you about DJX and how to talk about DJX and demo and position it to traders. Um, so where I would start, pretty much on the home screen, and the first place I would begin would be within the real-time module. So you'll see here my dashboard is set up, and one of really the first place that I would start would be on Dominant, which is our premium grade of news, where it comes out on a time advantage basis here first. You'll see in this particular widget, you can toggle uh, based on different asset classes that you wanted to see. You can combine two asset classes, and if you like, or just see all news. Um, you'll see these stories that come out, as I mentioned, first here. And there's two categories of dominant. One is D for dominant news, which is really the breaking news. Comes out, as I mentioned, first here on DJX, and then it goes out to other wires, our other wires, and products. And then there's the analysis and commentary, which is, insightful, premium analysis and commentary that we have, thought pieces for people to look at, read, and really to give them an edge. One of the things you can do with all these windows, which is particularly important for traders, is the ability to pop them out. So I have them all here against the canvas, but in many instances, the trader is going to want to pop it out and commingle it back in with some of his or her other news. So this can kind of hang right here and coexist next to whatever other products that trader is using. So whether it be a Thompson or a Bloomberg, they can have it kind of commingle with other products, and that's a very common way for people to consume the information using DJX and specifically real time, being able to pop it out like that, particularly in the trading community. One thing just kind of about the trading community, there's a whole bunch of different types of traders. They work at different kinds of companies. They can work at buy-side shops, so mutual funds and hedge funds. Proprietary trading is also kind of that variety. And also on the sell side, which would be the investment banks, the big brokerage firms, broker dealers, and there's certainly a distinction between one trader and another. One is the ability for a trader to see a news headline or information and quickly act on it. That happens a lot in the proprietary trading realm and or with hedge funds. Whereas if you're at a sell side bank and you have clients, so you might be the sell side trader or the institutional sales rep that handles Fidelity. You're typically not making trading decisions for them. You're helping them execute trading in the best way possible. You're just trying to give them an edge. If you were to see a dominant, you might give them a call and say, hey, did you see this news breaking on Dow Jones or DJX? I just wanted to give you a call on that and see what you want to do. Whereas a proprietary trader might actually act on that news headline and either get in or out of a position. So just another area that to make mention of is watch list, which, here I have my watch list set up. Got a bunch of pharmaceutical companies set up, but it doesn't have to be limited to that. You can actually put other asset classes. I have some foreign exchange here, have the S&P plugged in as well, silver, gold. So, I have some companies set up, but regardless of what you do, and you see kind of the prices change here, one nice feature that traders and really most users would like is the ability to click on View News for that portfolio or that watch list and see the news against those items in the watch list. And this could be kept here and just used as kind of any other window would be. So that's a really nice feature to be able to show people. Okay, so back there. So another common configuration for traders is, they're interested in a particular industry. A lot of them operate with particular industries in mind, or sectors. They could trade, I have here pharmaceutical for the purposes of this demo, and they'll look for just dominant against pharmaceutical. So show me any news that is dominant against the pharmaceutical industry. Um, they might want to, for example, if they were a day trader or prop trader, might want to quickly trade on that news, knowing that it's not, it's here first before others. What people also like to do is just pay attention to their industry. So here I've set up a user for just all the pharmaceutical news coming out today on DJX, and it's just a matter of simply setting up a code. You can set up an alert, so pop-up alert or audio alert where the sound will go off. Here you see I've set up the pharmaceuticals industry as a way to kind of get that information. So the other area that I wanted to show you here is Market Talk. So this is scrolling analysis and commentary. These are little snippety type stories that show up on the market, put out there by our reporters based on various things that they're seeing. So they're talking to the street all day. They're talking to economists, analysts, and they put together a quick little note across a variety of markets showing people how to, giving them some information about about what they're seeing. Very quick, very digestible. People love it, and you'll see, they're coming out pretty rapidly on various topics throughout the day. So it's really a good way to kind of stay connected to the market, making sure that you're on top of it. If your client calls you, you kind of know what's going on. And like I said, it covers everything from equities to oil to other asset classes, foreign exchange, and so forth. And then here I have a window popped out for just all news. So whereas up here is just our dominant news, and these windows were really meant to show you the ability to customize, which is of critical value. Many people just don't want to miss a beat, and they want to see every news item that Dow Jones is putting out. So I've highlighted that window right here. Again, you can toggle on the particular asset classes that you want to see and group them together if you like. One thing to kind of know is there's this little bar here that splits the two. So if you click on the news here, the stuff on the bottom bar goes back to that time of day. So I clicked on 8 o'clock this morning. Here is the news that came out at that time, whereas this is 3:22 in the afternoon when I'm doing this. So that's kind of a nice feature. So those are the primary features that I would show people. For those people kind of trading off of economic events, it could be very important for them to know about. It should be very important for them to know about the calendar, the economic calendar, which is a global calendar. It'll give the the latest expectations, if we have them, for what a number might be. You can customize it based on region or specific country of the world. So people will kind of prepare for their trading by looking at that, knowing when these numbers are coming out and what the expectation is, and then when they come out, possibly making a trade off of that. So those are the major features. One other thing that is very often very interesting to people, similar to our all news window, but top news. So these are the top news of stories of the day that our editors go through and say these are the most important stories of the day throughout the day. So in kind of a busy market, or if you're paying attention just to a specific sector or industry, it's nice to be able to kind of refer back to the larger market, the broader market throughout the day, and see what's moving it. So these are the most widely held or most interesting areas for a trader to be aware of. You'll see here on the alerts window, these are where all my alerts pop up, and you can configure this to automatically pop up on your screen or to automatically launch when a news story hits. So and when you click on that, all the other alerts go away. So these are among the more popular ways that people are using the dashboard. And again, real time is certainly one of the key features that they're going to be interested in with respect to DJX. However, I do think that there are other areas within DJX that make sense to show people. And you will walk into trading floors seeing websites open. So Wall Street Journal is open quite often. You'll see other websites opened. And throughout the day, when they have time, they will look at these websites just to see, kind of what the journal has to say or what's moving the market, big picture stories, or if it's a particularly busy news day, something specific to the particular market. So that's important. And there's different ways that you can drill down on this particular part of the product. So you can look at market data that we have. We have a whole bunch of different market data sections on WSJ.com that you could see across ETFs and stock indices and things like that. What you can also do is drill down into particular areas. So tech is a particularly strong area for Dow Jones, and or if you're interested in just maybe a particular part of the world and you want to just drill down into what we're saying are some of the more important stories to be aware of. Here I have Europe up. So just a nice way to kind of look at the various parts of WSJ.com and see what's important. You also, as part of the product, get access to Barron's. So for these deeper, longer looking pieces at a particular company or an investment area, some ideas that you may want to kind of look at, Barron's is certainly a very, historically speaking, a very powerful area that will be able to kind of give you some new ideas on, or just another view of a particular company or investment idea. I do also spend some time on Factiva. Now, Factiva, much of the information that flows through it is not necessarily real time, but it does aggregate quite a bit of information. And among those areas is certainly a look at an industry or a particular area of the world or a topic. And one of the nice features that Factiva has is it aggregates many other sources. So here within this area of the product, I've actually programmed the product into aggregating multiple sources. So, certainly Dow Jones, MarketWatch, press releases, Reuters, some other niche wires, Benzinga, Briefing.com, and you can add that as a source as part of your search. And as you look on a particular topic, it will go against just those sources, and you'll see them kind of all aggregated together here. And if you see something that you want to look at more closely, so here are the industries that are tagged, back to my simple search of Europe. You can click on any of them, and it'll drill you down into that area and why that was showing up on the left-hand navigation. It'll also allow you to do the same thing with regions of the world and subjects. What are the top sources? So here are some of the top sources that are surfacing news on Europe for today. What are some of the larger companies or entities related to that? So within pharmaceutical, there's a lot of news showing up on the USDA. So that's pretty much how I would use the product. You can also go into the private equity venture capital area, which might be interesting, but a lot of the information that's there is involving private companies, which are not typically being traded by traders, and also the risk and compliance area, where a new CEO or a new person within a company might come into the mix. Person doesn't know a lot about them. They can certainly look up the trader can certainly look them up on Factiva, but they can also look them up on the private markets area, specifically Venture Source or Risk and Compliance, and see if there's any news out on them. that might have an impact on the company. So, traders are pretty short term in nature in terms of what they're looking at. They want the information now. They don't have a lot of patience. They don't typically go for deep dives into information, but they will use other parts of the product. But if you only have a few minutes with them, I would just recommend really upfront as best you can. Know what they trade, know what asset classes they trade, what's important to them, whether they're doing prop trading or whether they've got clients and who those clients may or may not be, whether they're hedge funds or mutual funds or some other type of investment firm, and really start to try and cater the product or the workflow to what you think that they could be important. You probably won't get a lot of time from them, and you certainly will not get all of their attention. It's very common for you to be talking to the side of their head because they're looking at their terminal and doing other things. But if you could show them 3 or 4 things that can make them money or help them avoid losing money, then you'll very often get their attention. So that's it. If you have any questions, please call me at 212-416-3428. Again, my name is Joe Capitelli, and this was just a quick tutorial on how best to present to traders. Thank you.